Welcome to Maceys Cooking Corner. I'm your host, Daphne Daines, and we have the lovely TWilson in our kitchen. Welcome.
Hi, it's good to be back.
Oh, it's been a while, hasn't it?
It's been summer, and summer is wonderful.
Yes, indeed.
And it's that end of summertime when all the produce comes on. And so today we're going to talk about one of those wonderful things that we get at the end of summer. Corn, but by the end of summer, you're like, I've had so much corn.
No, actually not
what
really.
What else can I do?
Mine hasn't grown that well, actually. So I'm glad yours did, but mine didn't. But anyway, tell me more about it.
I always stop at those little stands. I have this addiction, like, let me get some more corn.
It's true.
So, yes, we've grilled it, we've boiled it,
yes.
So this is a different way. Perhaps some of you have watched Nacho Libre and you've seen corn on a stick. We have a stick over here. But, you know, we can put the stick in there and say, corn on a stick. Right. We'll do that in a minute.
I like that.
But elote is what they call it. It's divine. It's absolutely wonderful.
Elote as in Spanish?
Yeah, it's just Spanish for corn on a stick. No,
okay.
It's Spanish for corn on the cob.
I don't know that. Okay.
Let's be honest here.
Yes.
So we have a few ears over here boiling and getting ready to go. You know, corn is really interesting. It's changed so much over time. Corn started in Mesoamerica. And there are so many different varieties that we just don't see here. We think about, oh yeah, there's the early variety and the middle variety, but they're all very even. Look how even those little kernels are.
They're perfect,
and
actually.
Yeah, they're perfect. We love that they look so good. But if you've ever eaten corn nuts,
I love those. They're probably not
you
good
think
for
about
you,
how big those corn kernels are. That's how corn grows in Peru. It's those huge kernels.
Yes.
And so you have lots of different varieties. When I was a kid, you always had the worm eating down in here.
That's right.
Monsanto has stopped that for us.
Right.
They went ahead and integrated a organism that lives in the soil into the genes of the corn, and so now the worm will die if it eats the corn.
No way.
Yeah, so that's kind of what we talk about GMOs. That's what they meant. They said, oh, we take this organism that's already in the soil and we put it in
Replace it.
We splice it in, so now it's a part of the corn that you get. And not to scare anyone, that's not going to deform you or anything. It's not going to do that. But it does make the corn so that it doesn't have the worm in it. Now, another thing is we see everything, again, very, very evenly spaced. All of these are taking, you know, there's one that maybe didn't develop. The silk gets pollinized, and as each one of these kernels will have a little silk strand that has gone up here to the front. If it hasn't pollinated, it won't develop. And so we see very few of those on this where it has not developed. It's developed very nicely. And that's what works for a good crop corn. It's wonderful. It feeds the planet. Corn is one of those.
Tastes different too, don't you think?
It does. We've made them much more sweet.
Sweeter, that's right.
Much sweeter. And that's what it reflected in many of the names of the corn that we use. Like, well, we call it sweet corn, peaches and cream. What was the last one? The sweet one? No, the sweet 100 is a different one. But they all have that extra sugar in them, which is why we've kind of turned corn into corn syrup. We said we have extra sugars in here, we can pull those out and do that. So, yeah,
anyway,
corn has quite a history, but it's just a wonderful grain that feeds many people.
Right.
So,
and
I
so
think
this also, I was going to say that we try to do the non-GMO type
what did you get?
Oh, it was a rainbow colored one.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I did. Yes, indeed. And well, they're kind of smaller in size too.
They are?
Yes, they
That's
are.
funny.
So anyway, I'm sure that it was my soil maybe. You want to talk about gardening right now?
It was a very hot summer, but it was really good if you kept them very wet.
Right.
My corn came up pretty good, but then my sprinklers failed.
So I know, that's what I'm saying at the beginning.
So we're going to go ahead and pull this corn out that we have boiling here.
Oh, very nice. And how long did you boil it for? How long do you usually boil corn for?
I don't like to boil it very long. I like it to be tender, crisp.
Yes.
So
I do too.
6-8 minutes.
Okay, that's nice.
Depending on.
So if you boil, you could boil your water beforehand and then put the corn in.
You could do that. It's better than putting it, because then you don't have it
That's right. You're not boiling it with it, which takes a long time.
So this I
Right.
heated up and then put the corn in here, and we're going to see that come out
Okay.
just a little bit
Perfect.
darker. You can see how it's
Okay.
begun to, the starches have solidified, which is what you're looking for. So it isn't milky like you do on one of these. Although this is wonderful raw.
Right.
I love raw corn.
And we love raw.
So
Raw.
now we'll pull those out and let them
Okay.
cool off for just a minute.
Nice. We all get to eat a whole one. I love that. Corn on the cob. Are you actually going to show everyone how to put this on the stick? Or
I'm going to put the stick in.
you're going to
So
put the stick in?
when we come back, we're
Love
going to go
it.
ahead and do the mayonnaise.
Okay, well, before we come back, I want you to explain just for, a couple of minutes here, the mayonnaise that you're going to create.
Oh, I
Yes.
love making my own mayonnaise.
Do you?
And
Okay.
this one is
Like mayonnaise where you have French fries mayonnaise, when you put the mayonnaise and the tomatoes, whatever. My son
fry
does that.
sauce
Fry
because
sauce,
it's
that's right.
Utah and we have fry
what is
sauce,
fry
tomato,
sauce?
ketchup, and mayonnaise. Yes, mayonnaise like that. Mayonnaise is a wonderful thing to actually make yourself if you have fresh eggs. And I have fresh eggs, and I'm not concerned about them. It does have a raw egg in it.
Right.
You can.
What about salmonella? Salmonella or whatever they call it.
Never had any trouble with that.
Okay.
There's some things you do you're careful about.
Right.
Also, your vinegar. If you eat a ceviche, if you eat the raw fish
That's
with
true.
the vinegar on there,
Yes.
it helps to cook it. It changes the proteins, which is like a cooking. So you have this available. If you're really concerned about it, you can kind of pre-cook it. It leaves it a little lumpy. It isn't as smooth. But you can do that.
You can do that. Okay. Well, fantastic. We're going to take a break right here, and then when we return, we will start making our own mayonnaise. Welcome back to Macy's Cooking Corner. We have the lovely TWilson in our kitchen. We've been making Elote.
Elote.
And now we're going to be making some mayonnaise, our very own homemade mayonnaise to go with the corn, I presume, yes?
Yes, and we're going to make
Fantastic.
mayonnaise, but we're going to make it a little bit more acidic.
Okay.
We're going to start with one of my own eggs because I trust my chickens. More people are raising chickens. It's very
Yes,
interesting.
I do have some too.
And the incidence of salmonella went up, and so they said, "Oh, wait, is this the eggs?"
Ah.
But it turns out that people kiss their chickens.
Ew.
Weird. Okay, that was just
Seriously,
really
where
odd.
did you get that information?
I actually was looking up why is there an
Wow.
increased incidence in salmonella, and so I found this out. People started doing a study and saying, well, it isn't the eggs. Why aren't you getting it from the eggs? And, well, I was kissing my chicken. So
Okay.
have them as pets. You can pet them, but
Yes.
don't kiss them.
No. Why would you want to do that?
Everybody's
Is that in this
different.
country, in this state?
In USA.
Oh, wow.
Because it's important. I think having chickens is a wonderful thing.
is.
They can live in small spaces.
That's
you can grow
right.
them. I'm using a little red wine vinegar in this.
Okay.
It's a
That's
little.
fantastic.
It's got a nice.
So how much is that?
acid.
About tablespoon?
Oh, probably about a tablespoon. I think is what it costs.
And I just
for.
want to do shout out to Macy's. Really, we are grateful because
They
I mean, you got
are.
most of your stuff from there, didn't you?
Yes, I think
So we
everything
always
here
have
is
to-
available there. I
That's
brought
good.
my own egg just because I wanted to show off. But
Absolutely.
I got all the rest of the eggs here. We're going to put a little bit of
Fantastic.
this lime in here.
Again, how much is that? You know, for our audience out there, they would
I'm
want
just
to
putting
know
a half a lime in
measurements.
here because I'm going to go ahead and use the other half on top of our
Okay.
corn.
I love that.
But just give that a little bit
A tang.
lime flavor.
Okay.
And then
So-
the other thing we're going to add is just a little salt.
And that's about how much? Because you're doing it
Salt.
the mother style, aren't you? Just a little bit of this.
It's
And
about a half a teaspoon is what I think
Was
the
it- oh.
recipe calls for if I were to use a recipe.
Okay.
And yeah, you can look up these recipes online.
For
They are
homemade
there.
mayonnaise.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And then I've added a little cayenne because it gives it just a nice little zip
Yes.
to say I'm really here.
All right.
Then if you will hand my immersion blender.
Oh, she has an immersion
Now this is
blender.
the
I love
fun
this.
part of making a mayonnaise is getting the oil in
Uh-huh.
or getting the lid off, one of the two.
Well, you know, I
It doesn't come
oh,
off.
let me show you how it's done.
Oh, I know. It's
Oh,
just
it's going round in circles.
There you
There you go.
there you go. You're
Then
good
you
at
just
this.
Pop it right off there.
And I've used an extra light tasting olive oil. But you can change the way your mayonnaise changes. It tastes so much by the different oils that you use.
No way.
And that kind of is nice if you're using it for dipping vegetables. Again, we're talking about end of summer vegetables, the zucchinis, the cucumbers, the wonderful things that you have. Sometimes you want a little dressing on there. Having made your own dressing, you know what's in it. You know you're not having any preservatives, anything that you're like, I don't think I eat that.
Right.
This way it's all, you can pronounce everything that I've put in here.
Exactly.
So,
oh, I like that.
I'm going
and
to add
again,
just a little bit to get
which
started.
is about how much? What, a couple of tablespoons?
It came apart.
Didn't do that very well.
Let's have a little discussion here.
Yeah. Let's
Goodness,
take this
I don't
so
know.
that-
Just probably a couple of tablespoons. No, don't
Yeah.
put the lid on that. I need that.
Oh, okay. You're doing this together.
Yeah.
All right.
Because one of the important thing about getting mayonnaise to work
Uh-huh.
is adding it slowly.
Right.
And what I found is I have a Blendtec that I love.
I
And
do
it
the
actually,
Vitamix, actually.
Yeah,
We
I
could
had
fight
one of
about
those.
this. Oh, okay, then.
My mother had that one and she gave it to me. I have the Blendtec.
Okay.
But it goes too fast to make mayonnaise.
Oh.
So I used my immersion blender, and I'm going to go ahead and start this. I hope they don't have any trouble with you.
Okay, we just won't say anything whilst you're
Okay,
doing that.
so we're going to go ahead, and we need to have a steady, slow stream. You'll see a small
And how much?
stream.
Again, how much?
And it's
you know,
going to
so
come
that
to
we all
about a
know.
cup
Okay.
total.
That will be slowly drizzled into this concoction that you're
Yes,
making.
just
Okay.
the egg and the other things.
That
and we'll
sounds
watch
good.
it come together. So here we go.
Wow,
If you want
look
to
at
see
that.
look at
yes,
that. We have
the color.
mayonnaise, and
Yes.
it's thick.
Did you put salt in it?
I thought we did. Did we not?
Oh, you
put
did?
salt
Oh
in
yes,
it?
yes, yes, you
I
did.
put
Yes,
salt
I
in
remember
it.
that. You
We
said
can
about.
taste it and see
Yes, I remember you
if there's.
doing it the mother's way and throwing some in. Okay,
some in
does
there.
it taste great?
I think so. Yes, mayonnaise
It does.
is one of those filler foods, but if you like mayonnaise, and I
know
do.
my kids love mayonnaise.
And again,
Okay.
that
Yeah.
is something you can keep it in the fridge for a couple of days. I wouldn't stay too long,
Right. Okay.
but you can go ahead and keep that and
Okay.
or
So
use it up.
you're gonna say you eat this with the corn?
Yes, we're going to put that on our corn.
Really?
Surprise!
Now, that is a new thing for me. You know, I don't do mayonnaise and corn. Really.
I know. When you think about it, you know, you think,
Yeah.
well, that's not that much different than maybe putting it on a roll. That's putting it on wheat.
Well, I suppose if you,
But this is going to be
our
mayonnaise.
an adventure here. Okay, let's do this.
okay. So
So let's take that off. Right.
put that right there and put
On
that
the
away.
side.
Set him over here.
Okay.
Okay, so there's our mayonnaise. I don't know. Can we see a good shot of that? It's thick.
Right.
It's mayonnaise.
The
You
color
can see
is
that.
great.
And so it's got a.
Mm.
It's come together really well. That's
It
why
really
I love
has.
the immersion
Right.
blender. That just makes
Okay.
that up so nicely.
Well, you know what? Before we come, we're going to put everything together, and I think right now we're going to take a break, and then get a nice little plate and put it all together and show how it
Okay.
would look like if you were serving it to someone. Does that sound good?
Sounds good. We're
Okay.
ready for
So
the next
please don't go away. Welcome back to Macy's Cooking Corner with TWilson. We have been making corn. We're going to be doing corn on the cob. Is that correct? And
Yes.
Yes.
We have our corn on the cob. It's kind of cooled off a little bit here, so we can pick it up without hurting ourselves.
wonderful. And then she created
even-
her own mayonnaise.
We can put it on a stick, so we can just carry it around
And
like
so
they do
now-
in Nacho Libre.
That's
and
right.
if you go over there, they will be having the Latin festival over in Provo. It is wonderful.
Oh, really?
Go and watch the luchadors.
No way.
They're so hilarious.
Oh, must
they have these. You know what a luchador is? They wear the masks and they wrestle, and they're fantastic. And you can eat your elote and watch the luchador. So you just feel like you've been transported right into a Jack Black movie.
Really? Okay.
Truly.
I'll have to think about that one. Okay, so now you've created your mayonnaise.
Yeah, and I know you guys are like, what are you going to do? You're not just going to put mayonnaise on there. No, I'm not. We are going to add a little mayonnaise.
Okay.
And we are going to add the butter. Now, some of them call for crema. And so I brought one with crema, so you can try that.
And what's crema, you know?
It's just a cream. It's kind of like a sour cream.
Okay.
Instead of butter. Wow. I liked this one. And then if you would if you would hand me the chili powder.
Okay. And you can get this at Macy's if you don't have it at home.
We are going to use So
how much of chili do you use?
We're just going to use that for sprinkling.
Okay.
And then the other thing we're going to put on there is a little cheese. And this is a really hard cheese. It's a cow's cheese. It's called cotija. Okay. You can get it here. You can get it at Spanish stores.
Crumbly.
It's really crumbly, and that's going to go on there. I'm just going to cut a piece off, and we're going to crumble it up.
What's it taste like? What is it?
It's like a really mild feta.
Okay.
You could, I guess, if you you could use a Parmesan. People have done that. This one is more authentic because we love that word, right?
Absolutely, we do.
There is no such thing as authentic. Grandma's used whatever they had, and that's what makes authentic.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and crumble up a little bit of this cheese here, so we can put that on there. So now we have the sauce. We're just going to put that on the corn. Put a little bit on there. Now, if you'll see in Nacho Libre, I think the whole thing is absolutely white with it. We're going to go a little bit less than that. But still got lots of, plenty of good stuff.
Where you can taste the corn, right?
Yeah, you want to take a little bit of corn in there.
Yeah.
And then where did my chili go?
Oh, here, right here.
And then we'll need a little chili. We could go ahead and just use cayenne. I like my cayenne.
Okay. Yeah, I like cayenne.
But we'll use a chili powder because it's a little bit less
hot
for our little gringo taste here. And so we'll put a little chili on there.
Interesting, yes. And then
the cheese.
Top it off with a little bit of cheese, huh?
And again, I'm going really light compared to how some of them do it, And you can do this off the grill too, which is really a lot of fun. You can go ahead and grill corn and do it like that.
Right.
And there we go. We have this one, and this one is the one with butter. Now I made another one with the crema, so we'll go ahead and try that.
Okay.
We'll take our one of our sticks. You want to hand me a stick? Now I've just used regular skewers. I don't like them that long, so we're going to cut them in half and use half and half. Okay. So we'll stuff that guy in there. So we have a nice little stick to hold it.
Fantastic.
And then we're going to use this one that is made with, instead of butter, it's got a crema. This is
a cream?
Like a sour cream. It's milder than a sour cream. You can get that here. You can get it at any Spanish store. Most supermarkets have an ethnic section.
That is just creamy.
I know. And this is going to look super creamy right there.
Wow.
And then, if you like cayenne, put it on very lightly. Don't kill yourself.
No.
And then again, the cheese.
Wow.
Over the top. There you go. Over the top. That's what we are tonight.
That's right. That's what I love about Teresa. We cook, and it's fabulous.
Now, the other thing you could do, you could go ahead and chop up a little bit of the cilantro and put in there. And then to just finish it off, we can just take that wedge of lime and put a little lime on there as we get ready to eat that.
Okay, do you want to do that for this one?
We just don't want to wash it off.
No, we don't. All
right. Nice little bit of lime on there.
Nice.
So there we have it.
There you have your corn. I bet you have not eaten your corn this way. So now I really would like to. Should we try it?
Oh yeah, try it, please.
I think we should try it. I think I'll try the other one with the chili powder, just so that I.
Oh. Okay.
Yes. So let's quickly just take a bite. I think
Yeah.
Do it the The Spanish
So we're going
way,
to try it
right?
at the same time. Ready, ready, ready,
Yeah,
go.
so you ready? Okay.
3, 2, 1.
All right, let's try this.
Oh, you got a thread, huh?
Oh, okay. That's different. I mean, really, it is good. I mean, it has flavor.
Yeah, it's not the way that you're like, oh no, it's just butter and corn.
Right, exactly.
You have this additional lime, you have the pepper.
Yeah,
You have all these things mixed
chili
in together.
powder.
And the chili powder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. Yeah.
And I am a fan of the cayenne. So
Well, that was
I
lovely.
hope you try it.
I
Because
will,
it's
yeah.
really a lot of fun. And make your own
Absolutely.
mayonnaise. Because it's really fun. It's really easy. And I've got a
Right.
cup of mayonnaise.
It looks great.
I could go ahead
mean,
and
it tastes good.
add
Yeah.
herbs and things to that and turn that into my own ranch dressing without having to buy that stuff in a bottle.
That's right. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Teresa. That's been wonderful. Joy. And now a lot of you know what you can also do with your corn and not have the same, just the salt and butter. But now you know how to, how do you say it again?
Elote.
Elote and with
Homemade mayonnaise, but you can do lots of
homemade
things
mayonnaise.
with homemade
That's
mayonnaise.
right. Oh, thank you so much. We love having you on the show. And we look forward to having you again on the show.
Thanks.
So-
I love it. Okay.
Thank you for watching.